Welcome to the second part of transactional analysis. Today we will learn about the key terms which are used in the theory of transactional analysis, which was developed by Eric Berne in the 1950s. Now, what is transaction? Transaction means it is, first of all, it is the basic unit of communication between two ego states. Right? If it is asked which is the basic unit of communication in transactional analysis, it is transaction. Between two ego state means it can be between adult and adult, adult child, child parent, parent adult, anything, right? So what are the key features of adult ego state? It is reality oriented, here and now functioning, focuses only on the present, emotionally not affected much, takes this emotional control. But whereas in a child, it is like there's an influence of the childhood emotions, there's an influence of the past, things are not decided as per the present. If it is present, then it will come to adult ego state. And then when we talk about our parent ego state is how we introject our personality or introject our parents and introject the behavior of our parents or the authoritative figures, right? So now transactions are of three types. Transactions, what are the three types of transactions? Complementary, crossed and ulterior transaction. Ulterior transaction is also called as duplex or angled transaction. Now complementary transaction means when the transaction or the communication occurs between two similar ego states, means the stimulus and response ego states are the same. For example, if the stimulus is A to A, I am talking as an adult to you as an adult. I am considering you as an adult and I am talking to you. So that is adult to adult stimulus. And the response should be how? You should also reply, or your response should also be adult to adult, means you should also consider yourself as an adult and reply to me considering me as an adult, right? If I am adult and I'm talking to you as a child, then you should behave as a child and talk to me as an adult. So when it is reciprocal, when it aligns, the stimulus and the response ego states, they align, then it is considered as an complementary transaction, right? So in this way, what happens if there's a complementary transaction? How we are expecting, what we are expecting, that is only happening. So there will be a smooth communication, it will be healthy communication, it will be productive communication, right? But on the other hand, crossed communication or the crossed transaction means when the response and stimulus ego states do not align with each other. What we are expecting is not the same as what we are getting. For example, I am talking to you as an adult. I am an adult, I am talking to you as an adult, but you are behaving as a child and talking to me as an adult. See, only one factor is similar. You are considering me as an adult and replying, but you are not considering yourself as a adult, which I am thinking of you as an adult, right? A to A, but it is not, it is C to A. Rather, it should be also A to A. Now see, C to A. In the second example, you can say it is C to A. So if it, in the case of a complementary transaction, it should be A to C, but here it is A to P, right? A and A, it is same, but it should be A to C for a complementary transaction. Otherwise it's a cross transaction. And cross transaction mein ek word you have to understand, it is breakdown. If what happens, it leads to breakdown, and if it leads to breakdown, what is done? Redirection is done, right? So first, what happens? Healthy, productive, smooth communication in what? Complementary transaction. But in cross transaction, there's a breakdown. If there's a breakdown, what happens? Redirection of the ego states. Third is ulterior transaction. Ulterior transaction means this is a different thing. Matlab, there is a social transaction, there is also a hidden psychological transaction, right? It is duplex, there is double. Duplex means two. What are the two things? One is surface level, which is the social level, and second is the psychological level. Psychological level, how is it? It is the hidden level, right? Angled means it's not direct. For example, if I'm taking, there's a hidden ulterior motive or message that is different from what I'm saying at the surface level or the social level. For example, if I say, can you help, right? But as an adult, I'm saying, can you help, right? Social level, surface level, it is simple, adult, reality, right? Rational, logical, can you help? But what is my ulterior motive? My ulterior motive or the psychological motive or the psychological level, what I'm thinking, I am like a child who is pleading for attention, right? So this is often manipulative, right? The ulterior transaction is manipulative. Which is manipulative transaction? It is your ulterior or duplex or angled transaction. Now, second, let us understand what are strokes. Strokes are recognition units. Recognition units means what? Recognize, to appreciate, to praise, right? Or to like accredit the value of something, just to recognize that something is present. That is the unit of communication. Is what in transactional analysis? Transaction. What is the unit of recognition? It is stroke, right? Now, stroke can be of four types: positive, negative, conditional, unconditional. Positive stroke means what? When I am saying, now this is all what you're saying, ठीक है, हम जो बात कर रहे हैं, now we will classify what we are talking, how we are saying our statements. Now in transactional analysis we are classifying everything. For example, I say I appreciate your effort. That is a positive stroke. I'm praising you, appreciating you, so it's a positive recognition. It can also be negative. Negative means you are of no value. Again, this is a communication. This is also recognizing somebody, but how? In a negative way. So recognition can be in a positive way, where you appreciate, where you praise. Recognition can also be in a negative way, where you criticize, right? Third, conditional. Conditional means we are praising only when certain conditions are met, right? Good job. So good is positive, but why is this done? Only because the job has been completed, right? So this is conditional positive stroke. Unconditional, I love you, right? There's nothing, it's just simple. If it is related to a condition, then it will be conditional stroke, but if it is related to nothing, then it will be an unconditional stroke. Positive is hug, great work. Negative is scowl, right? You are lazy. Now scowling is non-verbal and it is negative, but when I am saying you're lazy, means something has happened, somebody has not done the work properly or not done it at time, and I'm saying it as you are lazy. So this is negative and conditional. Now this is what is the concept of stroke. Stroke is the unit of recognition, right? Now children crave strokes, right? Children always want some kind of reciprocation, some kind of recognition. They crave for strokes. More strokes, if there are more strokes in a communication, I'm communicating with you, I'm giving more strokes, there are more strokes, means there are more recognition. It means it's a healthier interaction, there's a productive interaction which is taking place. If I'm even like, if it is positive, then win-win is always be healthier interaction. But if I'm not praising you, if I'm validating, if I'm correcting you, if I'm criticizing you, then also it's productive, right? Generally negative stroke is better than no stroke, right? There should be some kind of stroke. The more the number of positive strokes, the better it is, but negative stroke is also considered better as no stroke. Games provide negative ones reliably. Now we will learn about this. I told you in the previous class about the psychological games which has been stated in transactional analysis. Now what are these games? The games provide negative ones reliably, right? When there are games are being psychological games are being played, it leads to negative strokes.